Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, friends, and fellow travelers on this journey called life. Today, I stand before you with a singular message, a message that echoes through the halls of history, resonates in the hearts of the determined, and lights the way for those walking through the shadows of doubt. That message is simple yet profound. I cannot give up, and neither can you. You see, the words giving up should never be part of our vocabulary. They should never cross our lips, nor find a place in our hearts. Giving up means surrendering not just to a challenge, but to the very fabric of who we are. It is the forfeiture of our dreams, the resignation of our potential, and the abandonment of the hope that something greater lies just beyond the horizon. So, when faced with that moment where everything in you whispers, "It's time to give up," you must roar back, "I cannot give up." We live in a world where challenges abound, where obstacles are as common as the air we breathe. Life throws curveballs at every turn. Some days we are knocked to our knees, gasping for breath, wondering if we have the strength to stand again. But let me remind you of something crucial. Pain is temporary, but the triumph of perseverance lasts forever. If you give up now, if you surrender to the struggles you face, you lose the chance to see what might have been, the chance to experience the fruits of your labor. You lose the opportunity to witness the extraordinary potential that lies within you, waiting to be unleashed. And make no mistake, each and every one of you carries within you the seeds of greatness. But those seeds only grow when watered by determination, nourished by resilience, and protected by the refusal to give up. I cannot give up because I owe it to myself. You cannot give up because you owe it to yourself. We owe it to our past selves, to the person we were when we started this journey, the one who had hopes, dreams, and ambitions. We owe it to the one who dared to take the first step towards something bigger, something better. When you feel like giving up, remember who you were when you first dreamed that dream. Remember the fire in your belly, the excitement in your heart, the belief that anything was possible. Think about the people who believed in you, the ones who saw your potential when you couldn't see it yourself. They didn't give up on you, and so you cannot give up on yourself. Perhaps it was a parent, a teacher, a mentor, or a friend. They stood by you, supported you, and encouraged you. Giving up would mean letting them down, but more importantly, it would mean letting yourself down. Success isn't a straight line. It's a series of ups and downs, twists and turns. You will stumble, you will fall, and sometimes you may even lose your way. But each fall, each setback, each moment of doubt is a stepping stone on the path to your ultimate success. It is in those moments of adversity that your true character is forged. The strongest steel is created in the hottest fire, and so it is with you. Every challenge you face is molding you, shaping you into the person you are meant to be. When you feel like giving up, take a moment to look back. Look back at all the obstacles you've already overcome. Remember the moments you thought you couldn't go on, but you did. Remember the times you faced adversity, and yet you rose above it. Those moments are proof that you are capable of far more than you realize. You have a reservoir of strength within you that you haven't even tapped into yet. And when you tap into it, you will find that you are capable of enduring anything life throws your way. I cannot give up because I know what lies on the other side of perseverance. It is not just success in the material sense. It is the fulfillment of knowing I stayed true to myself. It is the satisfaction of knowing I gave my all, that I left no stone unturned, that I did everything in my power to achieve what I set out to achieve. And that, my friends, is a feeling far more valuable than any external reward. You cannot give up because you haven't yet seen the fruits of your labor. You haven't yet seen what you are truly capable of. There is greatness inside you, waiting to be unleashed. There is a version of you that is stronger, wiser, and more resilient than the person standing here today. But you will never meet that version of yourself if you give up now. You cannot give up because the world needs you. Yes, you heard me right. The world needs you. Your unique talents, your perspective, your voice. No one else can do what you are meant to do in this world. You have a purpose, and that purpose is worth fighting for. Even if you don't know what it is yet, even if the path seems unclear, trust that every step you take is leading you toward it. Trust that the universe is unfolding exactly as it should, and that your perseverance will be rewarded in ways you cannot yet imagine. There will always be naysayers. There will always be people who tell you that you can't, that you shouldn't, that it's not worth it. But you must not listen to them. They don't know the fire that burns within you. They don't know the dreams that keep you awake at night. They don't know the vision you have for your life. Only you know that, and only you can make it a reality. And when you feel like giving up, when the weight of the world feels too heavy to bear, I want you to remember one thing. This is temporary. The pain, the struggle, the doubt, it's all temporary. But the strength you gain from pushing through it, the resilience you build from refusing to give up, that is permanent. That is what will carry you forward. That is what will make you unstoppable. You see, life will test you. It will push you to your limits and sometimes beyond. There will be moments when everything seems to conspire against you, when the odds feel insurmountable, and when the easiest path seems to be that of surrender. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that determine whether you rise or fall, whether you step into your greatness or retreat into mediocrity. I cannot give up because I've come too far to stop now. Every step I've taken, every sacrifice I've made, has brought me closer to where I want to be. The journey has not been easy, and it will never be. But I wasn't promised easy. I was promised that my efforts would be worth it. And so, I press on. You cannot give up because you've already overcome more than you ever thought you could. Think about it. There were times you thought you wouldn't make it, yet here you are, still standing, still fighting. That's the power of resilience, the power of persistence, the power of never giving up. Sometimes, it's not about winning immediately. Sometimes, it's about staying in the game long enough for your moment to come. The longer you stay in the fight, the more you learn, the stronger you become, and the better prepared you are for the opportunity when it finally arrives. But if you give up now, you'll never know how close you were to the breakthrough. And often, success is just one step beyond the point where most people give up. You cannot give up because someone out there is looking up to you. You may not even know it, but someone is watching your journey, drawing strength from your perseverance. Whether it's your child, your sibling, a friend, or even a stranger, your refusal to give up inspires others to keep going. Your determination shows them what's possible. I cannot give up because I refuse to let fear dictate my choices. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of what others might think. These are all illusions designed to hold us back. But courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward in spite of it. When I feel fear, I remind myself that it is simply the cost of admission for living a life of purpose. You cannot give up because you owe it to your future self. Imagine the person you will become in 5 years, in 10 years, if you keep pushing forward. That version of you will be stronger, wiser, and more fulfilled. But you will never meet that version if you quit now. So, when you're tired, when you're overwhelmed, remember that you are building the foundation for your future success. I cannot give up because failure is not final. Too often, we see failure as the end of the road, when in reality, it's just a detour. Every failure teaches us something valuable, something we can use to improve, to grow, to get closer to our goals. The only true failure is giving up, because once you give up, the story ends. But as long as you keep going, you're still writing the story, and the ending is yet to be determined. You cannot give up because the dream you hold in your heart is too important. It's bigger than the setbacks, bigger than the obstacles, and bigger than the doubts. Your dream is what makes you unique, what drives you forward, and what gives your life purpose. Don't let temporary challenges rob you of that dream. I cannot give up because persistence is the key to unlocking potential. Many of the greatest achievements in history were made by people who simply refused to quit. They didn't succeed because they were the smartest or the most talented. They succeeded because they were relentless. They kept going when others stopped, and that made all the difference. You cannot give up because the road you're on is leading you somewhere meaningful. Yes, it may be long, and yes, it may be difficult, but it's taking you exactly where you need to go. Trust the process, even when it's hard to see the end. Trust that every challenge is refining you, shaping you, and preparing you for something greater. I cannot give up because I believe in the power of small steps. Progress doesn't always come in leaps and bounds. Sometimes, it comes in small, incremental steps. But those steps add up over time, and before you know it, you've traveled miles. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. And those victories are worth celebrating. You cannot give up because giving up is a betrayal of your potential. You have within you the capacity to achieve incredible things, but only if you keep going. You are stronger than you think, more capable than you realize, and more resilient than you give yourself credit for. But you'll never know your full potential if you stop now. I cannot give up because I know that setbacks are part of the journey. Every time we fall, we have a choice, to stay down or to rise again. And every time we choose to rise, we become stronger. The setbacks are not roadblocks, they are stepping stones. They teach us resilience, patience, and the value of perseverance. You cannot give up because your best days are still ahead of you. The past may have been difficult, but it does not define your future. Your future is shaped by what you do today, by the choices you make in this moment. And the choice to keep going, no matter what, is the most powerful choice you can make. I cannot give up because I am determined to make the most of this life. We only get one shot at this, one chance to live fully, to pursue our dreams, to become the person we were meant to be. I refuse to let fear, doubt, or adversity take that away from me. I refuse to give up because I know that every day I keep going, I'm getting closer to the life I want. You cannot give up because deep down, you know you are capable of more. You feel it in your bones, that sense that you were meant for something greater. That feeling is your potential calling to you, urging you to keep going even when it's hard. Listen to that voice. It's the voice of your true self, the one who knows you can achieve anything if you don't give up. So, my friends, the road ahead may be long. There will be challenges, there will be hardships, and there will be moments when you feel like you've given everything you have. But in those moments, remember this: you cannot give up. You are stronger than you know, more capable than you believe, and destined for greatness beyond your wildest dreams. Keep pushing, keep striving, and keep believing in yourself. Because the only thing standing between you and your dreams is the decision to keep going. I cannot give up because I am writing my own story. You cannot give up because you are the author of your own destiny. No one else can write this story for you. No one else can determine your future. Only you can decide how this chapter ends and how the next one begins. So, my friends, the next time you are faced with the temptation to quit, I want you to stand tall. I want you to dig deep and find that inner strength that has carried you this far. I want you to look in the mirror and say to yourself, I cannot give up. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Because you are not a quitter. You are a fighter. You are resilient. You are capable. You are destined for greatness. And greatness, my friends, is reserved for those who refuse to give up. Thank you.